What's up, everybody? We got our first game review for the Justice Idiots here. We're going to be going back and forth, best opinions, pros and cons on this game we just started playing. It's the demo of Crete. Crete is basically a mutation. You, as a human, go out, your mutated DNA. Pretty cool design, pretty cool aspect of it, I guess. But you really face off against these biopunk creatures focusing on killing, collecting, and getting to the next objective.
It's kind of like a die and repeat type game where you run in through the dungeon, you get as far as you can, and if you die, you get sent back way to the beginning and you go back in a little bit stronger each time. That's basically the concept of the game.
But they actually encourage you to die. Like, if you listen to them in there, they would be like, guess what? You should die. Basically, is what they're looking for. Don't worry, dying's okay. It's like a never-ending hype, should we say?
Right, but they could increase the DNA currency. I believe they should do that in each run because it doesn't really feel like you're improving much when you go back in.
Yeah. Really didn't get too much into it since it was a demo, but I think they have a good philosophy of design when it comes to what they're thinking of. But we're gonna first start out with the story. I think that Joel, you have a pretty good understanding of what you saw.
Me, I didn't really hear much of story when I got it. It was more just the demo really didn't suck me in per se. As in like, hey, this is that is that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's fair because demo didn't really give us much. I know that their creatures are called ancestors. Pretty crazy design for them. Pretty crazy fight schemes for them. Um, but you as a human are DNA altered. Like, you look crazy. When they altered your DNA, they messed your whole body is nothing humanoid to it besides the shape of the outline. Everything else is non-human. So primary focus, it looks like so far, is being completely hyped with DNA to fight these creatures. You are basically the serum soldier to fight them, and then you go through gates. You focus on collecting their DNA consistently. Everything is different sometimes. Like, you go into a certain gate, a new doors open that you haven't seen open before. It's just, so far it's randomized. I'm not sure how well it'll be in the official game, how randomized it'll be, but in the demo it was pretty random.
Now, there were spots that I ran into that was not complete, and I did get stuck in areas.
Yeah. I think the one thing I think about the story that could really, like, the demo, of course, it's just a demo, but I need, like, connection to humanity for our beings. Like, what is the point of fighting for humans if you don't look human? And then the focus of, but where's who am I supposed to focus on? Like, how am I going to get attached emotionally to my character, or just think about what they're going through in a story if I have no connection to them? So if the game comes out and it has a great story, I think it would change most of this game, my opinion of the game.
Well, since this game is only a die and repeat type game, you don't really need to have a connection to the players. And it doesn't really matter if you're playing male or female.
I don't know if they're going to do a lot of focus on the story. You need to have some connection, but if they're not, I can understand. They're going to just kill and repeat, which is fine. But if you want to have a good story, you're going to have to build connection.
Right. But from what we got, it's only a demo, and it's kind of just bland so far. Like I said, it didn't stick to me on what I was, why am I here, what do I do. It was kind of just, this is the plot in the beginning, which I didn't really pay attention to. Here's your tutorial, get going.
Yeah, that's fair. I do think the mechanics of it is pretty cool though. Besides, with the DNA concept itself, apparently the DNA you collect can make unique weapons, unique designs, makes your character change over time. And the whole aspect is you collect, die, collect, die, collect, die. which is gonna get hopefully better for the boss fights.
But with that DNA, you have to make it to a certain point and stick it in the DNA transfer pod.
Which, can we talk about the design of that? Do you have to put your whole fist in there? Like, it's mind-boggling who comes up with these designs. And when you come up with the designs, do you not think of perverted people? Because I have a dirty mind, and when I see that, it looks like a full fist going in a certain hole.
Yeah,
Am I wrong?
no, you're not wrong, but it does make sense. You collected that DNA and you're pulling it out of your holy chest and you're sticking it in the machine.
Right. And it also lowers your health. Reviving your own teammate takes away from your health. Your health is basically the component to everything about this game. But I think the abilities are pretty cool. You have to do a certain amount of combos, hits to get these abilities. It doesn't matter if it's a gun or sword.
I didn't really notice any combos.
No real combos like you hit certain buttons and it turns that way, but also there might be more abilities in the future to you can set off.
I'm hoping so. I do know you get more weapons. I don't know about swords, but I know you can get other guns. Having the option for keyboard or gamepad, I do like that option because I don't play keyboard all too often. And it was pretty fluent when it came to the gamepad. Like there was no disconnect, there was no lag.
Yeah, but the controller layout was insane. Like you know how many times I tried to switch weapons with Y and it put me in a weird crouch position, or me trying to run straight and I'm always marking things because the run button's a different button. For me, if you ever play Call of Duty, you get used to a certain layout. For people who don't play Call of Duty, it's probably easier for them, but for me, I'm like lost.
Yeah, you can't change the button controls. I'm hoping they change that when the game actually comes out. But yeah, the whole gamepad layout is completely whack.
Right. But the creatures, man, those creatures in the game were, I think, uniquely crazy fun. Like they jumped in the air. They literally, if no matter where they saw you on the map, they end up tracking you down. They were dead serious about getting to you, even if it was jumping over mountains.
And they will yeet themselves all the way to you, or all the way out into outer space. Either one, they're just gone. Which
They jump like
I
30, 40
I
feet.
find it really funny. It's a funny thing to see, but also I think they need to kind of play with that a little bit more to change it up because uh, flying out into outer space and you're like, where'd he go? And then he comes back a second later behind your ass.
Right? Well,
It's fun though because it does give you the scare tactic that it's kind of looking for, but then again you're like, all right, that's kind of cheap. You were in front of me, and now you're gone, and now you're behind me. Like, where'd you even go?
well, right. But then you got to think about like they have creatures where you can't shoot them. The bullets don't hurt them. You have to break their armor with a sword.
I do like that concept. That is a good concept they came up with. Is armored guys, in order to break them, you have to hit them, which gives you a different play style. So not just shooting all the time. You have to change up your tactics.
Yeah, and that same guy will end up crouching and crawling towards you like some wicked crazy exorcism moment with electricity around him. It is creepy. Like I was freaked out because it was just like that's unnecessary. You were tall, you were big. Why?
I do remember when I was fighting him with my sword, he they the creators still need to do some work on the combat with the enemies, the AI guys, because I got hits either from the force, like fucking Star Wars, or it was a huge glitch in the game. I don't know, but I went down real quick.
Well, there's like you gotta think like some of the creatures. Did you remember seeing the one that threw a spear at us out of nowhere?
Yeah, I only saw the spear. I saw three guys, and then randomly a spear came through the air. I didn't even know he had one.
It really came out of nowhere. They were black colored. It was unique because the other ones were always like a greenish gray.
Yeah, I do like they're not using the same uh, enemy over and over. They are introducing more and new enemies every time you go in. Now, I mean, if you played it 100 times, you're most likely going to see the same enemy over and over. But just for the demo, it showed a lot of different enemies, which was great.
I love the idea of the maps so far. The creatures were great. The plants look unique in their own way. The formation of the rocks and everything were unique. Like I haven't seen many games that had that type of formation where you can go up and then down or below or down underneath and go back up type of situation with the way they designed it. Uh, it made it seem natural when you're on the surface. Like it's natural to be there. It's even though it's an alien planet, it looked like it's part of the area.
I do like how smooth the transition was from shooting and going to your sword and shield. Like it was real smooth, real fast. There was no delay. And even when you're fighting with the sword, there's no delay with the shield. I like how you can just pop it up when you need to. And also, the dodge, there was no delay either. Like when you want to dodge, you have the chance to roll. But I do not like the fact when I want to dodge backwards, it is a step back, not a roll back. You know what I mean? Like a dodge roll backwards, like, Elden Ring. Elden Ring is roll, roll, roll. Whatever direction you're rolling, it's going to go that way. This one was like a back step, not step back. It's a back step.
I don't know the difference between those two words because they sounded exactly the same to me, but yeah. Um, another well, the thing is the shield is cool because you can glide because it's a part of your body,
I didn't really use it all too much.
and the only way to glide, no, but the only way to glide is to have the sword in hand. If you have the gun, it won't let you, and the gun's ammo comes out of your arm. It's crazy. Like there's no concept of ammo. It's no concept of ammo.
Right, because it's part of you. Yeah, you're using your stamina for ammo, which is great because that means you have unlimited ammo. And the recharge rate for your stamina is actually really decent. I like how fast it does regenerate back up.
But the recoil's a bitch.
The recoil for the machine gun, the full auto machine gun, is a bitch, but if you feather it, it's not bad. Um, but you do get another option of a weapon of a three burst, so that might be better. But I never got to try it.
Yeah. All in all, I think it's a good concept, a good idea of a game. A few things that need to be worked on, of course. But all in all, I think it's unique. I don't really think too many games like it in the idea aspect of just the design. Of course, there's always going to be just run and die games, but this one just I've never seen that type of design to me.
And speaking of design, the graphic design on the players and the enemies were fantastic. Like when you take a lot of damage, it shows. And then when the enemies take a lot of damage, it shows. And it's not like very pixelated. No, it's really good detail. I do know.
Well, yeah, you were covered in blood, I remember, and I was covered in blood.
Well, it also showed a lot of cracks and um, I couldn't remember, but yeah, just a lot of cracks to your body.
Yeah, the big guy, I remember his shield breaking in front of me like falling apart. If you use the special, the lightning, his whole armor fell off, and he was just a regular stick guy. So it was crazy.
Was it the lightning or was it the red burst power?
The red earth power. It almost looks like lightning comes from the ground that's red, but it's not like the Zeus bolt type of situation.
Yeah, the Zeus bolt. That I had trouble with that one. But yeah, you do have a grenade. Oh my God. If you if you're too close, you get knocked back and hurt real bad.
And it will kill your friends. It will kill your friends so easily. And also, what kills you is if you shoot these red crystals and you think it's a little explosion. No, it is like a nuke goes off next to you and throws you.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they need to lower the crystal explosion, and also maybe throw their grenade a little farther because you don't really get much of a throw distance when it comes to grenade.
Yeah, we're super strong abilities and everything, but we can't throw a grenade more than 15 feet.
Yeah,
I feel like that's a setup.
it is a setup. That's why I didn't use grenades much. I was like, ah, fuck that.
I almost want to just keep throwing at you just to kill you, but you know what? I was being nice.
Right. Now, most of the level, I hope they at least update and put more graphical design like into the ground, maybe some of the rock structures, because it seemed pretty bland. Yeah, but I mean, like the grassy areas, it's just green. Like at least add some more grass to it to give it detail. It didn't really have much detail, is what I'm saying. But there were a lot of good parts in the game that were just fantastic looking. Like they, the walls, the grounds, even with that boss area, that was a cool looking room. Like some parts of the game of the level had great detail, but most of it was just kind of bland.
Yeah, I understand that. I am intrigued on when it's coming out. Um, Mostly because how long are they thinking they need to update and fix things? As of right now, they do not have an announcement for when it's coming out. So that's a good sign. That means they're actually going to learn probably and hopefully understand where they're at and add more to it. That's a good sign to me. There's no actual release date. I'm thinking probably next year. I'm gonna say summertime again. I think give yourself a year to fix some of these flaws and then shoot it out. Maybe we might see in the beginning of the year, but you're talking we're already in May and it's a demo with no expected release date. So I can put you together. It's not coming out this year. But I'm gonna give my official rating of the game. Um, the game itself, I'm gonna give a 6.5 out of 10. The experience overall, I'm gonna do 8.5. It was fun. Like I enjoyed playing it. It was not something that just got boring real fast. And then would I play it again? Yes, I would. I don't guarantee how long I would play it based on just the story itself and how well they master the designs of the DNA and everything they need to do next.
Yeah, the overall game, I give it a 6. I like the concept. I like the graphics. I like the combat. I, yeah, the experience. I like the experience. That was great. Fighting, that was great. It was one of my favorites because it was smooth. It was great transitions from gun to sword. And would I play it again? Yeah, I'd definitely play it again.
What would you give the experience out of 10?
Oh, experience, I give an 8.
All right. I think we're pretty understanding where we're at with that. I think we're both around the same level. But hey, it's got a future. That's for sure.
Yeah, I can't wait to figure out more about the game. I'm hoping that we actually get further into the game and not die from the boss over and over again, like we have been. Because that boss was fucking crazy strong.
Well, I can't promise you won't die all the time, but I for sure will. But I think everybody should try it out. Give us your opinion in the comments. Give us any ideas of what you want us to try, and we'll give it a review.
Yeah, thanks for joining. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.